So we saw a decent match day, a pretty decent match day. Netherlands, of course, beating Sweden, and I actually didn't think Netherlands had it in them. I didn't think Netherlands had it in them. Big up to them, big up to them. Because honestly, I didn't think they were this good. I thought they were good, but I didn't think they were this good. Sweden are one of the dark horses. Let's be honest. We saw how Sweden beat Tunisia. Maybe Tunisia are a joke, but they beat Tunisia 5 goals to 1, ladies and gentlemen. Like 5 goals to 1 isn't a joke scoreline. It's a pretty damning result. And then now the Netherlands are beating Sweden 5 goals to 1. That is damning. That is legit damning for Sweden. It shows them they're not the same level as we are. That's what the levels are. They're pretty much saying we're not the same level as them. Netherlands, we're not the same level as Sweden. Just calm down. You're down there. You're down there. We're trying to go up. We're trying to see the favourites. We're just behind. Netherlands are just telling me we're just behind the favourites. You're down there. Chill out. Calm down over there, yeah. That's what Netherlands pretty much did that game. That is what Netherlands showed to all of us, the whole world, in that game. Big up to them. And of course, Sweden's got some great players. Yasin Ayari, Alexander Isak, Victor Gyökeres, even Taha Ali coming on doing well as well. But guess what? They were no match for this Netherlands side. No match for the likes of Brian Brobby, and who's absolutely brilliant. Incredible striking, footballing play. This is a great striker work that he did. Brobby was a great striker today. Great striker. And if you have Brian Brobby, you also got the absolute international bagsman of Cody Gakpo as well. Cody Gakpo. You have the absolute international bagsman of a Cody Gakpo. If you don't have Brian Brobby, you can just get Cody Gakpo to fill in. And if you don't even have that, you have a guy that already scored in the game before against Japan, who are incredible. And he scores again, scoring 2 for 2. Big up Crescencio Somerville as well, who could be looking to have a move himself. So, the story of the game. But we know the story of the game. I think the story of the game today is Cody Gakpo. Brian Brobby was brilliant. Incredible what a striker. But the story of the game to me today was Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo, this guy is just a bagsman. Every single time he goes to the Netherlands national team, goes for the Euros, he goes for the World Cup, he just bags. You know the guy is guaranteed on bagging at least 4 to 5 goals. 4 to 5 goals. And Liverpool, he's okay. He's a good player. You see the player that he is when he puts on that orange shirt in the Netherlands in a European or international tournament. That's a different player, people. That's a different player. We saw him what he did in the 2022 World Cup. Then we saw what he did in the 2024 Euros. And now the 2026 World Cup, he's doing the exact same thing. 3 tournaments in a row isn't a joke, people. 3 tournaments in a row is like, that's guaranteed. That's guaranteed goals now. That's guaranteed goals now. That's obvious. Yeah. You think Gakpo, like people ask, oh, you think Gakpo's gonna score today? Yeah, that's obvious. That's an obvious question now. That's an obvious answer. That's an obvious answer. Why would he ask that question now? You can't ask that question. Because he's gonna score. He's gonna at least score 4 to 5 goals this tournament. He's not gonna end on 2. And he's fair play to Cody Gakpo, and he was absolutely brilliant. What a performance for Cody Gakpo, and of course Brian Brobby grabbed himself a brace too. We got another game, of course, that Germany played, and it was an Ivory Coast side who are on form, have been on form for a while. They were good in the AFCON, of course, losing out to Egypt. And they won their last game in the World Cup against Ecuador in the dying moments of the game. But in this game, they failed to finish their dinner. That is the most important thing. In this tournament, you've got to be lethal. You've got to finish. You've got to put it in the net. Just put it in the net. Simon Adingra, just put it in the net. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Like that Newcastle commentator said, just put it in the net. Bro, you've just got to put it in the net, people. You've just got to put it into the back of the net. Frank Kessie did it brilliantly. Simon Adingra, I'm looking at you. You won your country at the AFCON, if I'm not mistaken. You won your country the AFCON in their home ground, if I'm not mistaken. But in this moment, when they needed you, in the World Cup, in the world stage, you failed. You failed. And you're always going to be remembered for that now. Because not only you've cost them the game. Not only have you cost them the game, you cost them a chance of topping the group. You've cost them a chance of topping the group. And you've cost them a chance of getting an easier draw at the World Cup. But Germany, with their tactics and their change in shape and their change in having their substitutions, Dennis Undav coming off the bench to grab 2 is absolutely special for a manager like Julian Nagelsmann to make. Of course, he made the substitutions. Amiri came on. Undav came on. Immediately, they got onto a goal and assist. They both had a goal and assist to their name. And in the dying moments when you need your players to step up, your substitute, Dennis Undav, Julian Nagelsmann's substitute, steps up to score the winner. And Ivory Coast should have had the game wrapped up a long time before that. Long time before the 94th minute. And there's no one out there to blame other than Ivory Coast. And I think that's a theme. I think that's a very, very obvious theme going around with most of these African nations. They haven't got the effective ability, that effective trait, that lethalness about them to finish games off. Like in Egypt. Egypt don't have that. Egypt would have finished off Belgium if that was the case. Like, so many African nations don't have that lethal ability to finish off games. So many. It's not just Ivory Coast. Again, Egypt, Ivory Coast, all these other African nations provide incredible wingers. Senegal, they all provide incredible wingers. But when it comes to strikers, it's a bit shaky. It's a bit off. It's a bit weird. Honestly. They don't provide good strikers. And it's not like it could be to one's good strikers and lethal strikers are two different things. They haven't provided any lethal strikers in a while. Of course, you're going to talk about Didier Drogba and even Mohamed Zidane or whatever you want to talk about, Abu Trika for Egypt. You haven't seen those kind of strikers. You haven't seen strikers, people. I want to know where the strikers are. Where are the strikers nowadays? There's a lot of wingers. Where are the finishers? Where are the ones that you can trust to put it in the back of the net no matter what? Because that's who have the players that have the teams that have that. Are the teams that are gonna go far this tournament. The teams that have that are the ones that are gonna go far, and that's a guarantee. It's a guarantee for me. And of course, we also saw a couple more games, including the likes of Ecuador and Curacao. Curacao, who had their first point of the tournament against Ecuador. Curacao, wow. And Eloy Room getting 15 saves to solidify that. Wow, he should be getting that 15 mil on Instagram as well. He should be getting 15 mil on Instagram too. 15 saves. I think it's one of the most in the World Cup since 1966. What a performance. And look, you can scroll down, people. We can scroll down because this is legendary. This is a 9.3 rating on FOTMO. It should be a 10. For me, it should be a 10 because 15 saves in a World Cup is outrageous. He plays for Miami FC. What is going on with these 37-year-olds and these 40-year-olds that are performing this well? What is going on? That's what I want to know. What is going on with these old keepers performing well? What is going on every single time? It's not just the first one, not just the first time, but Ecuador have really, really disappointed me. This Ecuador side have really disappointed me because on paper you look at that side and think that's good enough. They're good enough. They're good enough to beat a side like Curacao. They're good enough to beat a side even like Ecuador, like even Ivory Coast. Sorry, Ecuador are good enough to beat a side like Ivory Coast. Yeah, of course they've disappointed me. They've disappointed me by losing in the last minute of the Ivory Coast game. They've disappointed me by drawing this game against Curacao when they lost 7-1 to Germany. All you have to do again, just put it in the net. Just put it in the net, people. Enner Valencia, just put it in the net, people. That's not good enough from this Ecuador side. You have players that are recognizable. This team's recognizable. And you got these players that can win games for you. Japan, my dark horses, of course, winning 4-0 against Tunisia. Winning that game is absolutely special because you need to win your games. Japan need to win their game today. They need to win the game. I need to win the game by a big margin. Like Netherlands did too. Of course, I'll have a chance of topping their group. Have a chance. That's the main thing. You need to have a chance of topping your group. And Japan winning 4-0, they did that. They did that. It was important for them. Netherlands, of course, won 5-1, which is a 4-goal scoreline, as well as Japan doing the same thing, which would be brilliant. And if Japan wins their next game now against Ecuador, they have a proper chance of topping their group here. They have a proper. Sorry, Japan are playing Ivory Coast. Sorry about that. Japan are playing. No, they're playing Netherlands. They're playing Tunisia, and then they're playing. Sorry about that. Let me double check. I'm getting confused with the other table. There we go. Japan are playing Tunisia. They played the Netherlands, and now they're playing Sweden. If they win their game against Sweden, sorry, haven't confused about the table. But if they win their game against Sweden, they have a real chance of topping their group now. Real chance. And of course, right now they're below. I don't even know why they're below. Why they're below the Netherlands. The goal difference is the same. The only thing that the head I think the head is the same. I think it might just be yellow cards or something. That's how crazy it must be. But Japan, if Japan beats Sweden, they have a real chance, and they beat Sweden by a big margin. They have a real chance of topping their group, and that is what's important for Japan right now. I think getting to the top of their group would be the most important thing. But big up Japan. Japan are more dark horse. They performed admirably to win that game 4-0. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, people. Hit the notification bell as well if you haven't already. If you enjoyed these kind of games, if you haven't been here in a while, my bad, guys. Just been out there touching grass. I took a longer break than I should have, but I've been out there touching grass. Yeah, that's straight from Moose, people, and peace.